Happy Wednesday. Exit save the den. What the hell was I doing? I'm trying to remember what I was doing. It looks like I was selling contraband. This is the den. So, this is where we go to sell contraband. And it sure looks like that's what I was probably doing here.
Hey, what can I do for you?
Nothing. Let's see what ship I'm currently on. So we're on the Star Eagle, it looks like. Yep. Okay, so this is the Star Eagle.
Hi.
I'll take a quick little trip around the ship. So this is our bridge. We've got 4 crew stations, basically is what that is. So it allows us to have at least 4 crew members. That supports a pilot for me. And that's one of our people, or she's actually the daughter of one of our people. And then off to the sides here we have this is our infirmary. You guys apparently working real hard. This infirmary, we're allowed to make drugs. And where's the research thing? Oh, it's right next to it. So get to do research, make drugs, go to the other side, more workshop stuff. Weapons, weapon modifications, spacesuit modifications, and industrial workbench for making stuff, little parts, and another research lab. In the case of this game, we are running around corridors in first person, which makes me massively motion sick. Oh, does it? I didn't know that. I didn't know that, Tiger. I'm sorry. And then there's just some additional areas. Basically, the way these are, they're allow us to have more crew stations so that we can have a bigger crew if we want. The only problem is Gimpy does not have the skills to have a bigger crew over 3, or a crew bigger than 3. So it's kind of, the ship design doesn't match his abilities, which kind of sucks. I wish they didn't have to add in. I understand why they did it, because your crew brings bonuses to certain things, that kind of thing. Since the stream while doing something else, that's always an option too. This is our armory, where you can display weapons and all this other fun stuff if you really want to. We're just not doing that because every time you make an adjustment to the ship, everything gets moved back into storage. So keep that in mind. And then down is the airlock and the way to get off the ship when we're landed. And then this, oops. So there's that's the exit out of the ship when we're landed. And this is the airlock connection when we're docked somewhere. Let's try this again. I didn't realize people get motion sick. I guess it makes sense because I don't really get motion sick from fast movement and that kind of stuff. I get headaches, which is similar. But for some reason, this doesn't really bother me for the most part. If it's just this moving around, it doesn't bother me. Now, if there's fighting and stuff and moving around a lot, like we do in games like say MechWarrior Online with certain types of mechs, the faster moving ones, lights mostly. Ow. That gives me massive headaches. And this could happen if we're doing combat and running around a lot and jumping and a lot of flashing and stuff on the screen. That could give me issues. But we usually don't have that problem, so it hasn't been an issue with this game. The movement just isn't quite fast enough, and there's not like this. The blurriness. This doesn't really bother. Well, I'm not really doing anything when I'm doing that. It doesn't really demonstrate. But if we're bunching around like this and shooting and stuff, that might be an issue. But it's not really. This game, for some reason, doesn't really bother me. A lot of it has to do with the color palette of the game too. I've noticed if it's got a lot of purple. Purple is my doom color, meaning that it gives me headaches if there's too much of it. And this game is not very purpley. It's very more, white and gray type stuff, which is gray is my color of choice when dealing with a lot of movement and stuff, because it's a very neutral color for my brain. So anyway, so that. Yeah, so this is the ship, what it looks like on the inside or outside. So basically, we turned it into a MS Society colored ship. Originally, it was mostly blue and white, but I figured, screw it, let's do the orange and green to see how it looks. The main disappointment here is the orange is not orange enough. It looks like it is, when you're doing actual paint jobs, when you're picking the color, it looks like it's going to be the right color orange, but once you apply it to the ship, it's not. It's too dull. It doesn't have enough, it's not enough orange in it. It's more brown. It's got too much brown in it or something. But it's not orange enough. The green is okay. But anyway, so you can see there's a cockpit. We got guns up top. We've got 4 cannons, 2 underneath, 2 up on the sides there. Got turrets, 1 on each of the nacelles, and then 1 center there. And then the 2 little bulbs to the side of that turret are actually what do they call it? EM guns. Basically, general idea is ion cannons. They're meant to disable parts of ships and that kind of stuff. There's our landing gear, the engines, different types. So we got 2 on the side, 2 big ones on the side, and then 2 slightly smaller ones on the sides farther out, just to fit the shape more than anything else. And then the stuff underneath, and then the cargo bays too. So I'm very happy with this ship at the moment, so it does its job well. And the circle thing on the top, that's its shield generator. Okay. So, now what should we do today? I get an extra point to spend on stuff. The left side, it's power distribution for your different systems. These are the main guns there. There's the EM projectors, those are the turrets, engine, shield, and grav drive or hyperdrive. So there's that. Okay, so what should we do? So these are the different things we currently have on our list of things to do. Just a few. The best there is. I managed to commandeer the prototype ship. Oh, that's right. I need to grav jump back to the key and deliver it to the Delgado. So the first thing I need to do is go get if we continue the storyline, which probably should. Basically, the story is we have infiltrated. We went undercover to infiltrate one of the pirate organizations for the United Colonies, military type stuff. They basically want information so they can shut them down, kind of deal. And so we should, sure, why not? And they sent the pirates sent us to capture this technology called the comm spike. Not knowing exactly what it is, and without spoiling too much, it's not what you think it is. And in this case, it's a ship, as you can see in the text. And so we have to go get it, so we can go deliver it to who we need to deliver it to. So in this case, where do we want to go? We have to go back to somewhere where we can swap out ships. So hey, look, let's go to our base over in Alpha Centauri on the planet. Oh, sorry, no, this is not where I want to go. My base isn't in Alpha Centauri, it's over in Olympus. Oh, I didn't go look. I haven't gone looking for the fish anytime soon either. Wonder if they're ever going to fix that. One of the planets that we were surveying, we're one creature from completely surveying the whole planet. And it's bugged. So until they fix it, we can't do anything. Ex-Caleb. I don't know what that means, but...
You know, my great-grandfamily made that sign, right? We're here.
Anyway. Bone Dog, thank you very much for the resub with Prime Gaming for 9 months. Let me get your rockets of recognition here. Just a second. I was just making sure we showed up in the system and weren't going to get ambushed by anybody, because why we were hyper jumping into a system we've been into, I don't know how many times, I don't understand. But anyway, there's your Rockets of Recognition brew, or sorry, not brew, Bone Dog. We have Brew Dog, and then we have Bone Dog. So, anyway, Bone Dog, thank you very much for the resub. Thank you for the continued support. Happy Wednesday. All set, all set. How come it didn't land us? Because I didn't... I did. Anyway, we're landing here so that we can swap ships. And you can... Hey, somebody's been here to die. Wait a minute, how did that happen? How did that happen? So this is our main base with our permanently installed landing platform that's bugged. It's not even inside the borders of our outpost yet. It's still there. Don't know why it's still there, but it is. Again, it's going to become a kind of like a monument. It's a monument. And there's our lighting post right here to light up the stairs at night so we can see where we're going. Otherwise, it's too damn dark. There's a little habitation area. There's our ship in the background. Storage. Different landing pads that are apparently not busy at the moment. We might be full of junk, I have a feeling. Oh, something's coming in. I think. I thought I heard a sonic boom. There it is. So we have 3 landing pads for trade purposes, connected to our other colonies that are out there, our outposts. Stacks of orange stuff, that's storage. The squares are the orange, or the spheres are for fuel or gas. And these are, that's a little fusion generator right there beyond the habitation, and that's liquid storage. And you can't really see them with the blue things. We got a bunch of those. Those are for making small parts for different things. And then we have a couple of larger construction things. That's with the yellowish green one. Back there we got 2 of those. Can't see the other one because it's behind these. All the parts and stuff that are being made are getting sent into here. So we can either use them to make more stuff using the medium-sized constructors, or we can load up our ships with stuff and go sell it. So, but that's not what we're doing right now. So, there's our Star Eagle. Again, Star Eagle is available to everyone who does the Ranger storyline, the Space Ranger storyline. It does not look like this. This is the very modified version of the Star Eagle. I don't think it has too many original parts on it. Maybe 1 or 2, possibly 3. Those little fins on the side there, or on the sides there, those are original parts. The engines are no longer, yeah, there's very few original parts on this thing. So, but anyway, this is originally the Star Eagle. The Frontier, this is the first ship you get. Again, no original parts left on this thing. This is very much not original parts. And this is our little freighter. Basically, use this ship for establishing new outposts and stuff to make sure that we have all the materials necessary to get the outposts up and running correctly. It's not the fastest ship, it's not the most agile, doesn't have a whole lot of guns or weapons on it, but it's got some. Basically, it's, like I said, it's just to haul stuff around. That's what the big containers up top, and yep, all the containers are up top. It holds a lot of stuff. What's the storage? 14,000 compared to the Star Eagle of 7,000. So it's got twice the storage of the Star Eagle. The Star Eagle's actually got a decent amount for a combat ship. The big orange spots there, those are cargo containers, and then we got 4 more underneath. So it's got a fair amount of storage, again, for a combat ship. This is not meant to be a combat ship. It can't hold its own, though. And this is a ship that I'm playing around with. Trying to decide. I want to make this into like a quick little fighting ship. The Star Eagle is not quick. It's it's durable and it has a lot of firepower, but it's not quick and mobile. This ship I want to design to be basically quick and mobile. and still have a respectable amount of firepower on it too. But I don't really have the money to really get it up and running, so this is not complete. So, not even close to complete. It's a junker at the moment. And it was originally a pirate ship, I believe. No, sorry, Ecliptics aren't pirates, they're one of the factions, but for some reason we ended up with one of these. I don't remember why. And the prison shuttle, this was related to a storyline that we're currently doing. We just haven't sold the ship yet. And this is the prototype ship that we're actually going to turn into. This is a very small ship, but it's the one we're going to be using. And it's holding way too much stuff. So we have to do this fairly quickly. So anyway. Again, it's a prototype we basically stole it from the United Colonies. And we're supposed to be delivering it to the pirates. I might want this. No, I don't want this ship. And like I said, it's a very small ship. Basically, you walk onto it, and you walk around a couple of rooms, and that's it. It's not a combat ship, not even a transport ship. It's a prototype for the technology, which is supposed to basically allow them to hack into anybody's communications, I think. Setting course, we're supposed to go back to Crix. Story time. If you put more power into your grav drive, you jump much faster. Or it charges up much faster.
We're here, Cap.
There we are. And this is the key. This is the home of Crimson something or other. Pirates.
Seals are tight, we're docked.
Speak to one at the last Nova. Oh, what's am I supposed to do? Okay. Wondering why my keyboard isn't working in game is because it's on the other computer, and that's why the cursor's messed up too.
Well, well, well. Welcome back, Rook. Looks like you got a new toy for me. Go on in and give everyone the lowdown. We'll take care of things from here. That's a real nice ship you brought in. I can't wait to tinker with it.
Head on in. We'll take the ship to another port so Jazz can have a look.
Okay, just don't take all my stuff.
Need something?
Nope. Goofy pirates. Again, stupid cursor. This is a... It's related to my computer somewhat.
So there I am. You see security on my tail. My grab drive.
Dum-dum-dum. And we're supposed to be looking for different types of evidence to take back to the UC. Because again, we're undercover. Crimson Fleet, that's who they are. Let's see. There we go. Gotta remember how to use buttons.
Nice to know Neva was right about you. It's good to have a promising rookie with the fleet.
Couldn't have done it without you. I've still got a lot to learn. You weren't much help, not that I needed it. Neva vouch for me? Couldn't have done it without you.
I won't deny I helped. Let's hope the compensation reflects that, huh? Anyway, I believe I owe you a drink. It's the last time I'm paying, of course. Because if Delgado's right about Crix's legacy, you've earned more than your fair share already with that comm spike.
And Crix's legacy is supposed to be, they think, is a big money payoff of some kind. This is as good as ours. Nobody waste my time. That legacy better be real. Did Delgado clue you in on the comm spike?
Yeah, although I get why you didn't give me the details. If I had known this was about the legacy, I might have asked for a bigger cut.
Nobody waste my time. That legacy better be real.
You read my mind. I don't like the thought of putting my routes in jeopardy over an old story. But I respect Delgado, and I believe he's onto something. What that is, though, remains to be seen. Anyway, I've kept you long enough. Now that you've had your drink, and my debt is paid, it's time for you to give Delgado the good news.
She was a smuggler in our last mission that helped us get into the UC station where the comm spike was. Again, cursor.
Are you looking to start something? Because I'll finish it.
No, you won't. It says mission board for the Crimson Fleet if you want to do that. Boss man's up there. I forget how to get up there. It's this way, though, I think. And gotta remember to walk around looking for stuff. Although I think we got everything out of here. And yes, the pirates have their own little merchant area. We can buy a bunch of junk. Okay, so you guys. Enemy everywhere. No. Talk.
Jasmine tells me that you not only brought us the comm spike, but an entire prototype UC ship. I'm impressed, Rook. Very impressed.
Comm spike was built into the ship, so I didn't really have a choice. I thought the fleet could use some extra spare parts. So I didn't have a choice.
Should have taken the compliment, Rook. Dale doesn't give those out often. Juan gave us the full rundown of your little smash and grab operation. She gave you some really high praise. Said you were a pro.
And from what I hear, receiving praise from Juan Dayu is quite an accomplishment. All in all, a job well done. Now, on to the business at hand. Jasmine, are you there?
Yep, I'm here, boss. What's up?
How's it going?
I already have 2 of my crew tearing the ship apart from one end to the other. Comm spike shouldn't be too tough to extract. I'm looking forward to seeing what those UC techs have been up to.
Keep me posted. All right. That leaves our electromagnetic atmosphere problem. And I think we've discovered a solution. There's a corporation in the city of Neon called Generdyne. They're responsible for the massive conduction grid that powers the city. We get our hands on their electrical absorption tech, and Jasmine swears she can tame it to handle Bannock 4.
I think the Jazz can get the that tech to work. I worry that everything's hinging on Jazz that's getting the tech to work. What's the conduction grid?
It's the giant shroud that covers the entire city. Big ugly thing that Generdyne uses to absorb lightning strikes. When you arrive in Neon, I'm sure your contact will fill you in with all the boring details.
Sticking my neck out based on a guess.
It's all we got. Now you are part of this job, so deal with it. Besides, I've learned never to question Jasmine's talent.
I have faith in Jazz.
You damn right she can. My girl can piece together a jump engine with her eyes shut. Literally, I've seen her do it. Lost good money on that bet.
All right, let's not get carried away, Neva. Now, why don't you give us the info on our Neon contact?
You get to meet up with the lovely Estelle Vincent. She's had her deft little fingers on the pulse of Neon for some time now. Whatever info you need, I guarantee she can get.
Estelle is one of the most reliable captains we have in the fleet. If I want something done, there's none of the typical bullshit. It gets done, and afterward, we all split the cash.
I'm sure get along fine. I like the part about splitting the cash. I trust you aren't implying anything with that comment. I like the part about splitting the cash.
Don't worry. When Crixus' legacy is aboard the Key, we'll be splitting plenty of cash. Until then, I want you to do everything Estelle asks. Follow her instructions to the letter. She is valuable to the fleet. You piss her off and we lose her as a contact, you're going to be answering to me.
Oh, fun.
Estelle will be waiting at Madame Sauvage's place. I'd say don't keep her waiting, but chances are she won't mind. Girl loves her liquor.
And keep your eyes on the prize. Neon's one big distraction for people like us, so I want you focused. We are one step away from Crixus' legacy, and we cannot afford any screw-ups.
Comstock is now available for something, but I don't know what that means. But hey.
Thanks for making me look good. I would have had to kill you otherwise.
Uh-huh. Then I go back to the vigilance. Can I do that quickly? Okay, that's where we are. Where's the vigilance? Way over here. What are you guys doing way over here? Thought they're supposed to be staying close to monitor things.
I have something for you.
Okay, at least we're on the right ship. Power needs to be reallocated, though. Good enough? Good enough. Okay, so that's the vigilance. It's basically a Star Destroyer, sort of, kind of. But not quite that big. It's very big for a ship in this game, though.
Ship is now docked. Perfect. Didn't even smudge the paint.
Okay.
Operations does good work. If any fleet are setting up outposts.
Didn't think.
Yes?
I wouldn't want to be there at mast when the commander has to explain to you.
It seems you had quite the eventful mission on your hands. You still have the Crimson Fleet's trust, and you were able to spare lives in the process.
How's the training coming along?
Visiting a station without getting caught was quite tricky. Given that it was a UC station, I thought it best not to hurt anyone. How is Mass reacting to the whole thing?
As you've probably guessed, not very well.
Because I stole their stuff.
Keeping Mast out of the loop regarding this particular mission has proven exceptionally difficult. But we've managed to keep your involvement in the dark. Sparing the lives of the soldiers on SY-920 has definitely made our position with the top brass much easier.
Infiltrating a station without getting caught was tricky.
But you did so with an abundance of stealth and restraint. That's exactly what we're looking for in a SysDef operative.
Excuse me, sir. I hate to interrupt, but there's still the matter of the comm spike to discuss.
Yes, of course, Lieutenant. Time is short, and we should get to the matter at hand. Please give me your report.
Uh-oh. Nagato has Jasmine Duran working on the comm spike. Cargo ship captain named one to help me get out of the station. We'll be arresting her. What do you mean time is short? It's working on the comm spike.
Then it's just a matter of time before she reverse engineers it to fit the fleet's purposes. So what does Delgado have you doing next? Has he solved the Bannock 4 problem?
He believes that Gerondine's construction grid in Neon is the key.
The conduction grid?
That's brilliant, but is it actually possible? It's 80-year-old tech. Sorry, sir. The conduction grid is how Neon generates its power. It essentially absorbs lightning strikes and converts it to usable energy. It would take a hell of an engineer to modify the technology to handle Bannock 4's EM field. An engineer, like Jasmine Durand.
If that's the case, inform our contacts on Neon that our operative will be touching down there in the near future.
Absolutely, sir.
And before you depart, I wanted you to know that your efforts are helping us gain interest among my superiors. They're finally beginning to believe that we can take down the Crimson Fleet and make amends for the UC's embarrassing mistake.
Police are finally taking you seriously. Hope that means I'm getting my pay increase if I've survived that long. Aren't you concerned that the fleet is getting close to Crix's legacy? What embarrassing mistake?
The fact that our common enemy owes its existence to the United Colonies, of course. It was the riot at the Lock, touched off by Jasper Crix, that inspired him to create the Crimson Fleet in the first place.
Thanks to your assistance, we'll be able to rectify that mistake, and Mast will authorize an all-out assault.
Let's see, aren't you concerned that the fleet is getting close to Crix's legacy?
Of course I am, but it's a calculated risk.
Police are finally taking you seriously.
It's long overdue. All right, I suppose that's all for now. I'll be looking forward to your next report. Good luck. And please, be careful.
Yeah, experience. Oh, look, 14 grand.
I'm not worried about the fleet taking a comm spike. Not like they have the brains to use it.
Oh, yeah, they do.
Anything new to report?
I don't have any evidence. You really don't like talking about the past, do you?
You're not gonna let this go, are you? Why do you care so much about my past?
I'm interested in you as a person. Hey, you're the one that implied you had something to tell me. Call it professional courtesy. I'd like to know who I'm working with. Since I'm entrusting SysDef with my life, I deserve to know who's got my back.
Okay. But don't say I didn't warn you. You might not like what I have to say. Would it shock you to learn that I spent some time in prison?
Oh boy.
I suppose that makes me a hypocrite.
Like the opposite explains quite a lot. You're not a hypocrite, but you have a lot of explaining to do. Shocked is a good way to put it, yes. Why does that make you a hypocrite?
Oh, come on. I haven't exactly been cordial about my feelings towards the Crimson Fleet's illegal activities.
Explains quite a lot.
Oh, does it now? Was I giving off some kind of ex-con sort of vibe? Well, give me a chance to explain. I grew up in the Well in New Atlantis. Parents made barely enough money to keep the lights on in our apartment. After I dropped out of school, they begged for me to look for work. But I realized it was a lot easier to simply take whatever I wanted instead. A year after that, I'm a career criminal with UC security breathing down my neck, and my parents kicking me out of the house.
Dude, she had you down waiting for the bad news. From a criminal to a cop, go figure. So you lived on the streets, waiting for the bad news.
Don't worry. You won't be waiting long. I was having the time of my life. earning way more than I needed to simply get by and loving every minute of it. Back then, if you would have told me one day I'd be wearing this uniform, I'd have said you were out of your mind.
And yet, look at you now. I bet Nisi Sistef eventually recruited you for an undercover sting operation.
Very funny. And not even relatively close. Let's just say the years after my time in the well were filled with highs and lows. Look, the point is that I felt you deserved to know a bit about my past. To know where my anger towards the fleet comes from.
Sharing this, mate. You don't have to justify your anger. Being a criminal in New Atlantis is a long way from running with the fleet. You're just going to leave it at that?
Yeah. I think I've told you more than enough. Besides, my job here is to keep an eye on you, not the other way around.
I still don't trust her. Thanks for sharing.
You're welcome. Well, I think you've had enough for now. You get the point. Let's get back to it before Keyboy writes us a citation for loitering.
Okay.
Let me know if you need anything else.
We're back. Anything to report?
No, I do not have anything to report. Leave me alone.
A lot of us had our doubts about you.
I still don't trust her. I don't trust her.
I could have joined any division at UC Navy.
Wrong button. Meant to hit the X button to get me right into the seat, but that's okay. So, absolute power. Travel to Neon. Off we go. Neon, it's like Space Vegas. But worse. And do the jumping to keep our oxygen under control. Because it's one of our traits that we picked up at character creation. Because I had a feeling we'd be doing a lot of running. Neon. Our products, your life, one dream. I don't think so. Why are you guys always looking at me?
That side's a bad place for tourists these days. All areas gone to hell.
I saw the blue things up there, and I was like, that doesn't look right. So, above us. So this is where you come for the good drugs, apparently.
You looking to get zoned?
Looking for you. I'm not a tourist, but so you can drop the act. I'm from the Crimson Fleet. I'm looking for you.
Yeah? Well, if I had a credit for every time I heard that line, I wouldn't be stuck working in this place. So, I'm guessing you're the rook that Delgado sent. Well, let me save both of us some time. Turn around, fly back to the key, and tell the big boss that I'm in no mood to screw around. We'll make this deal when he starts taking me seriously.
Hey, Bashka, welcome to the stream. Good evening, although it's afternoon for me. I'm getting pretty tired of being called a rook. Let's cut the crap and get to work. I need specifics. Who said no one's taking you seriously?
Come on, give me a break.
You're not exactly a top dog over there at the key, now are you? Sending me a rook to handle a job this risky is a goddamn insult.
I'm getting tired of everybody calling me a rook.
And I'm getting tired of the fleet not taking me seriously.
Screw this up,
I spent
watch.
the last 3 months setting up this job, burned 2 contacts and a hell of a lot of credits. The whole time, I'm also keeping Bayou off our backs. That idiot even catches a whiff of money and he latches onto you like a damn leech.
Premier River, if you want to piss off Delgado by complaining, that's on you. We both need to do what we're told. Bayou, who's that?
Benjamin Bayou, Neon's esteemed mayor, or administrator, or whatever the hell you want to call him. He's also the greediest bastard you'll ever meet. Got his fingers in everyone's business, and the muscle to back it up. The only reason I'm allowed to operate on Neon is because I pay well to keep my involvement off his radar. The last thing I need right now is an amateur like you getting me kicked off world.
If you want to piss off a Delgado by complaining, that's on you. We both need to do what we're told.
Yep, just like a couple of Model A's. Program us, point us in the right direction, and watch us go. I don't have a ton of time to stand here and screw around, so I'm gonna make this as clear as possible. You want the conduction grid tech, then you're gonna have to download it from the power core of Generdyne's facility in the underbelly.
Sounds easy enough. What kind of facility are we talking about?
I'm talking about Generdyne's main power plant for Neon. All their cushy offices might be up in the trade tower, but the nuts and bolts of their operation are running beneath the city.
Where's the underbelly?
Beneath your feet, genius. It's the lowest level of Neon. Generdyne and Xenofresh are down there, along with some of the finest cuisine in the city.
Exactly is the power core.
Some fancy name the brain-trusted Generdyne calls the room where all the power from the conduction grid is stored. Cute, right? Hey, don't look at me. I didn't build the damn thing. All I know is that the tech inside the place is valuable.
Sounds easy
Love the
enough.
confidence. But before you pull the ripcord, I'm afraid I need to add a bit of a wrinkle.
Of course.
While you're inside Generdyne, I need you to plant a virus into their system. It's a simple side job that'll earn you some credits. I think you can handle it.
Like my icon? Me too. I'm always interested in making extra money. I never mentioned anything about a virus. No way. I only came here to grab the data. Why should I bother doing this for you?
The elevator doesn't exactly go to the top floor in that head of yours, does it? Everything in the Crimson Fleet is accomplished through a decent helping of give and take. As in, I'm not going to give you the information to get your precious data unless you take this virus and upload it like I asked.
You're a rad tech student? Awesome. So it was a no-brainer to click on it. I would think so. Can you diagnose me based on that one little image? Some people, because for some reason, can tell. I think I had a radiologist, doctor, look at it. For whatever he's doing on Twitch, I don't know. But he looked at my image and he figured out what I had just by looking at the image. I don't know how. Because that's not what that image is supposed to do. I'm guessing he read more on my page than he let on. If you could tell what's on it, I am not allowed to say anything.
Yeah, so, you gonna say something?
You're not allowed to say anything? It's not patient data, so you're not under HIPAA for that one. So, because you don't know my name, you don't know who I am, and it's not really patient record. Especially it's public. At this point, it's public knowledge. Oh, as a tech, you're not allowed to. Well, you don't need to give a diagnosis. I've always been diagnosed. I was diagnosed almost 20 years ago. It doesn't matter, really? Really? That's messed up. Like I said, that image actually is about 10 years old now.
Bored or something?
So
I mean, I could go do something else, or
Always interested in making extra money. Yeah, sure.
Well, well, look at you. You're smarter than I thought. Generdyne has all sorts of tasty, valuable snacks in their databanks, and I want access.
Really? That's
Here,
a little
take this
overblown, I
microdrive
think.
and access the computer in Brayson Bayou's office. It'll do the rest on its own.
Well, for some, that doesn't make any sense. Well, I don't understand the thinking behind that. This high-speed wireless data collection siphon should make the job a cinch.
It might be wireless, but you aren't going to be able to use it from here, genius. Generdyne's got their place locked down tight. But, as usual, the weak link comes from the people that work there. I recommend you start with Ayumi Komiko, an upper-level exec at Generdyne. Get your hands on her security pass, and you'll have the run of the place.
I have to pull that region if it helps.
Ryujin Cloud doesn't mean shit at Generdyne. So you're gonna have to deal with Komiko and potentially her boyfriend, Benjamin Bayou. Anyway, you can find Komiko at Euphorica. Talk to the owner of the place, Micah. She'll point you in the right direction.
Sure
As
they
for
will.
dealing with Komiko herself, she's got an office in the trade tower.
It's not
if you're looking for
interpretation.
someone
Our medical training is only basic
The
because
rest
our
is up
job
to
is
you,
to
Rook.
conduct studies
When you're
only.
done, come
Okay,
meet
that
me
makes
at the
sense.
VIP booth in the Astral Lounge, so we can celebrate.
Can you tell me anything useful?
Not much to tell, really. Thanks to their nifty little conduction grid, they're able to provide power for the entirety of Neon. Damn thing was supposed to be some kind of miracle invention, turning lightning into usable electricity. Neat trick, right? Only catch is that you need a planet like Voli, where lightning strikes often enough to make it feasible. Guess how many of those exist? Ding! If you said 0, you're absolutely correct. So Generdyne has been in dire financial straits for years.
If someone gave them the wrong diagnosis, it would be a massive medical disconnect. This misconduct. Oh, I understand that. I'm not. Like I said, I know what my diagnosis is. And even then, that's not the first. That's my brain, obviously, and it's not even the first MRI I had done. The first MRI I had done before that one was even 10 years before that one was done. So, like I said, I was diagnosed almost 20 years ago, and that MRI specifically that's used here is only for about 10 years old. So, and it's not. It wasn't used for a diagnosis. It was meant for. Well, I guess it was kind of a diagnosis, but it's basically more of a checkup. My neurologist just wanted to see how I was doing, and that was the first MRI series, or the first medical MRI session for a series of like 5 years. So, yeah, progress check. That's the word. Thank you, or thing. But he just wanted to see, how I was doing, almost about 10 years after my initial diagnosis. So, and it was a 5 years thing. So. I'm amazed they're still around. I assume the city has been loaning them credits to keep afloat. Good, let them burn. What's the construction grid? We already did that. I'm amazed they're still around.
You're not the only one. The only reason they haven't folded is because they charge exorbitant fees for power. I'm talking 2 or 3 times what it costs in New Atlantis.
Speak about
Okay,
anything we
next.
see in the
On
images
to
with
round 2 of our little
anybody
game.
else
Guess who has
than
a
the
major
doctors.
stake in Generdyne and soaks up all that delicious profit.
Yeah, I just find it's just fun. I understand to not talk about that kind of stuff for HIPAA reasons and all that other fun stuff. With the current, situation. But like I said, not being able to look at an image that's 10 years old for somebody you don't know, that just seems really odd to me. That's all. Shareholders.
Oh, sorry. That's a good one, Rook. No, it's not Generdyne's shareholders. It's good old Benny Bayou. That son of a bitch has a finger in every single pie in the sorry excuse for a city. Generdyne's no different. All off the books, of course. How the hell do you think Brayson Bayou got the job down there? It wasn't because of his good looks or smarts, I can promise you that.
Oh, I know you can look all day. You just can't talk about it. I'm familiar with that. I actually worked in the healthcare industry for over 20 years. So I'm familiar with how stuff actually works. You can look at us stuff all you want as long as you don't tell anybody or talk about it anywhere. You're good to go.
Anyone in there? Hello?
What's his story?
Nepotism gets him the job at Generdyne as their chief technician. Yet the guy doesn't know the first thing about electrical engineering. They obviously invented the position just to give them more on a salary. One of the many poorly kept secrets in Neon. Frankly, I think he's such a screw-up. Benjamin Bayou stuck his ass in that facility under the city to keep him out of the limelight.
Hey, Desperator, welcome back. Yes, hello. Anything I need to know about...
Gimpy. It is time to take a break.
After this.
Go get some more water while you are up. Your next break is in 1 hour.
Businesswoman. Tough as hull plating. She's the COO at Generdyne, and I can assure you she didn't get there with her winning smile. As for her relationships, well, that's a bit more complicated. Publicly, she's having a bit of a fling with Benjamin Bayou. But rumor has it that she's just using Bayou and having a little bit of fun on the side with Micah, the owner of Euphorica. If I were you, I wouldn't bother trying to appeal to her good nature. She's a manipulative person who uses people to get what she wants.
Gotta finish this up. Give me the lowdown on Euphorica.
Pretty laid-back club over in Ebbside. Owner's name is Micah. She's young, but sharp as a razor, and has gang muscle to back her up. The little Aurora lounge she has tucked away in the building is the real gold mine. Said she modeled it after opium dens on old Earth. Bayou takes a cut of the profits, of course. The rumor says it's way less than he usually takes. No one knows why.
Okay.
Watch your step. Benjamin Bayou has eyes everywhere.
That's it now. Velocity green, potent alcohol. That. So this is all stealing stuff, so I don't want to do that. Okay, so what I'm going to do is going to go take a break real quick. I'm almost out of my water, so... Yep, we'll do that. So I'm going to get up, share some legs, go check on the dogs real quick, get some water. Be back in a few minutes. Thank you all very much for watching, and we'll continue on when we get back. So enjoy the dog video. Be back shortly.